thank you to everybody here taking part in this webinar, either now or into the future. Just want to share in case anybody notices that I'm bouncing around. I have a Swiss ball that I'm seated on, and little things people can do in life to stay active and healthy. And if you happen to be sitting at a desk for long periods of time, a Swiss ball isn't a bad choice, and neither is a standing desk. These are little things we can do in life to help improve ourselves. And this is part of what I want to share. I'm a very practical person. When I encountered coMra therapy, I got the device, the Delta laser at the time, and I decided for myself, let's see how it works. And the best way for me to see how it works was through the sporting arena, through the various things that I could put my body through. Most people don't understand that as you age, you can maintain the majority of your fitness. Like, there is no reason why we can't pursue high levels of fitness and health to the days of our end on this lovely planet Earth. So I want to be able to share that with everyone, and I want that to be kept behind and as an undertone, because this is something very important, and especially in North America, the elderly are the underserved community, and they can be fit. And with coMra in a proper strength and conditioning routine, this can be done in a very sustainable fashion. So just how does the body get stronger, more agile? Well, obviously, getting stronger is a very straightforward concept, right? You push past your normal, your baseline. The body breaks down from the stimulus. Generally speaking, let's just use a bicep curl as an example. You couldn't do 25 pounds, but you could do 20. So you take the 25 pounds, do it to a certain amount of reps, let's say 8 to 12 repetitions, and you would reach a point of concentric failure. You would try to work past that concentric failure, and you would create the stimulus for your body to build up stronger. Important point, though, is that you need time to regenerate. You need time to recover and then overcompensate. So what does that mean? Recover is 100%. Your body goes right back to where it was. Overcompensate is that extra time that your body goes to 110%. And that being said is that now that you're stronger, now you couldn't do the 25 pounds, do that to next time, and you keep pushing that limit to your quote unquote genetic potential. And I say quote unquote because there's a little bit of lemon juice you can squeeze out each and every time as you get closer to that genetic potential. So this is how the body gets stronger. Now, the awesome thing here is that with coMra therapy, the time to recover and overcompensate is shortened. So you can already see the writing on the wall when it comes to the various athletes that are interested in pursuing high levels of fitness, or just the layperson who wants to get into a fitness routine, doesn't understand what the body needs to feel like through a fitness routine, and can recover thereof much quicker in a much more sustainable fashion. You can utilize it in rugby. You can utilize it as a dancer, because I know dancers do a lot of, they have to be graceful, but also very physically fit. You can utilize it as a hiker. Let's say you're on the coMra Palm, especially, it's a very small device. Here you are carrying it in your backpack, your hiking pack, and you've had multiple days of hiking, and one day you wake up and you're like, oh man, my legs are not feeling like they want to hike anymore. You can apply a treatment like this, and it literally gasses you up in a way where now you feel more capable to handle the demands of what you're going to put your body through in that day. If you've taken part in some of these previous webinars, you'll understand functional reserve through a different standpoint, but it's the same concept. For me, once again, it's very, very, very practical. So when you're low on energy in sport, you feel it, you know it immediately, and you can make adjustments of that depending upon your training program. But it's very straightforward when you look at it. More energy, equals more work. So it's that simple. And through sport, you can feel this at a very, very personal level, or any fitness routine that you're applying yourself into. This sports user guide, as well as the user guide of the Delta laser and the coMra Palm, is something there to help you begin to understand how your body works. You as an individual has to take the opportunity to learn how your body works. So through sports, it's very straightforward to learn how your body works. So that being said, you can use these treatments to adjust and to apply as needed. If your workload is heavy, then you add a minute. If you're training 2 to 3 times a day, you would do that in between each training session. For example, I would do my speed efforts in the morning, right? On the track. I would do this treatment, the recovery treatment. More or less a variation of it, but my main points were the leg points and the lower back scan, as well as the kidneys and the adrenal glands, right? And I did the preparation in the morning to prepare for that first effort of the day, because I want to be optimal and I want to stay optimal because my body will function better that way. Knowing that you need this extra training, and if you're at a level where you're going to train twice a day, then I would recommend do this before you hit the gym so that you reinvigorate yourself, you bring up your functional reserves, so you apply yourself with a higher quality output in the gym as you're training. So now, not everybody's going to do that, right? Some people are only going to train once a day. Some people are just amateurs. Other people just getting into it, which I would recommend you start slowly, you build slowly. But if you are somebody who's just training once a day or every other day, so you did the preparation treatment in the morning. And then before you go to sleep, I would recommend a treatment such as this, the recovery treatment, because sleep is where all the healing is going to occur. It's where all the systems are going to come back into a more normalized state so that the next morning you wake up better off for it. So this is a treatment that I would personally do when I would have that head pressure, the kind of, I wouldn't call it a headache, but the kind of like burned out, which is a great term for this, beat down. The sun has been, shining on you very heavily. We have a heat index up here of like 103, and you did your efforts, but now you're feeling a little bit burned out and stressed out. So I would apply the head points here just off the bat, just to help reduce that sensation. A very short 13 minutes will help reduce that, and so you're not put in a position where you are snapping at people left and right. So I would recommend this treatment to be done ad hoc, as needed. I'd also like to mention that, considering that when you have a competition ahead of you and you're feeling a little bit concerned and you're thinking, oh man, I gotta run that 5K tomorrow, especially if you're not just there to jog it, you're there to win it. You know the pain you're gonna incur. You know what's gonna happen. So that night before, you're thinking like, oh man, like this is gonna hurt. I'm kind of nervous. This is another great treatment to do the night prior, so that you can develop, so that you can get into that state of relaxation and have a great night's sleep. And you wake up in the morning and you do what you've been training to do. With the coMra Palm, you can just place it, find a backrest, and just lay up against it for a little bit. And all these treatments, as I shared before, could be adjusted based on your workload. If you don't have a partner to do the back scan, do the points. And if your workload is heavy, do 2 minutes. And then if you want, add a couple points below the neck and above the lower back, so that you make the adjustments as you need it. Mind you, this is something each of us have the opportunity to learn about our bodies through, and something that each of us can apply daily or as needed. Heavy training cycle, add this as well. If you have a pre-competition, I would do that the week prior. But for your average gym goer, somebody who wants to go to the gym just to get aesthetic benefits, and also to feel better, to feel healthier, this would help them through the process. And especially your layperson, if somebody who isn't used to the kind of experience that you have from going to the gym, they're going to feel sore. And soreness, especially when the gym approach is sustainable, is a good thing. It shows that you stimulate your body in a good way. We're not talking about like the pain signal and say, oh, I got to stop right now. We're talking about that good soreness. But if you're a late person and you're just starting a fitness routine, this is a program for you that will help you move past that and quicker. Now, for the bodybuilders, the more professional version of the aesthetic athletes and those who want to get their pro card, this would be a great way to take your fitness to a higher level and not have to sacrifice your health at the same time, because I don't know how many people are watching this now or in the future understand what these athletes go through, or athletes in general. But all the support one can get is welcome, because we don't want to sacrifice our health for sport, and we want to maintain a sustainable outlook on this, because it's great to be super fit during your glory years, and that's an amazing. Youth has many advantages, but we want to maintain that fitness all throughout our life into our very last days. And this can be done, but it has to be done with a proper mindset. It has to be done with learning to listen to our body, and it has to be done with learning how to support the body so it can build up stronger from the demand that we put on it. The only reason most of our elderly population is not in a position of physical fitness wherewithal, as I'll call it, is because they've let themselves go for a long time. And I understand a lot has to do with the fitness industry not knowing how to address those things, but those things can be addressed. And when you apply treatment like this, then they're addressed much quicker. So you go from, you've atrophied, let's say a decade or two, now you brought yourself back up to a very high level of fitness, and no matter what age, with such support.